So I'm going to be playing the original Master of Orion game from the early 90s. Decided to do these videos because I was just trying to play Master of Orion 2, which I never played as a kid, and it's completely different, and I have no idea how to play it. There aren't very many useful guides out there. So with this one, I'm going to explain how to play this game on a large galaxy and possible difficulty against 5 opponents. Now, games back then were not nearly as balanced as they are now, but you can probably win as the humans, as the Klakens, as the Darluks, when you're playing on a large galaxy, and maybe even as the Cylons. I'm going to go ahead and choose the humans for this. So, the game cheats. That's all there is to it when you're playing on this difficulty, and you might have to restart a few times just because you need a decent start. When you start out, your first colony ship can only reach 3 parsecs away. And you see I've only got one that's 3 parsecs away. So, a couple things here. First, you're not going to be building new ships for a little bit because they could take your production. The main thing at the beginning is your production. So you need your industry going up. So you have to have a minimum ecology to keep your planet clean, unless you're playing as the silicoids. And so everything else right now is going into industry. You can hold, at the beginning, 2 factories for every population. So you see I have 30 factories. I can have 100 population, so I can have 200 factories in this place. So we're going to be putting stuff into industry pretty much until we max out our factories, and that'll max out our production. So you start with 2 scouts and a colony ship. I'm going to send the colony ship straight out to the only place it can reach. So I'm going to send a scout close by to see if there's a planet I'm going to want to land on later, and I'll just send the other one up here. And there's really not much to do these first turns. I'm getting as much industry as I can. I haven't met anybody. I'm not researching technology yet because I haven't got anything into tech. And so just keep going. You can see where we are on the map is right here in the middle. Not great. Now all places start on a yellow star. So you can see the potential starting places of the other 5 races, and you can also see who you're against. I'm having trouble clicking that map button again. By checking here, I'm the humans, the Klaken, Bulrathi, Meklar, Sakura, and Darluk are out there. Alright. So, my first colony is a very nice planet. In fact, it's better than my starting one, which is very rare. So it's a Terran type of planet. You can again see using the map. You can see the different type of environments as you explore the planets. Instead of being these gray little dots, it'll tell you what they are. And I always like to send about 15 million people to my first colony. So you do that by hitting the transport button, you click on the colony, you send them. I do that because you want them to build up as quickly as they can too, but you don't want to send as many as you can because you don't want to cripple your starting world. So the next place right here is also very nice. So this might actually work out for us. So I'm just going to keep scouting the nearby planets and continue building my industry. Now sometimes, for some reason, you have a couple extra clicks on here, so you can check every now and then, make sure it's as close to waste as possible. There's almost no benefit to, well, there is no benefit to having it say just clean. You can go up higher and increase your population, but right now that's not what we want to do. We want our industry going up. And you can see we're up to 40 factories from the original 30. Alright, that's another good planet. There's a lot of good planets around here, so I'm going to try and snag them all before anybody else grabs them. And it looks like somebody's close, so he's either coming from here or from here. I'm guessing from here. I'm much I can do about that right now. Alright, so radiated planets, you can't live on them yet. It's ultra rich, so when you can, you get that by going to the planetology tech. But again, beginning of the game, not too much is happening here. You're scouting, you're building your industry. That's a place I can live on, but it's mineral poor. That is very low priority right now. So with the scout ships, they have in their specs, let's see. So the scouts have reserve tanks that allows them to go an extra 3 parsecs further than your other ships. So your scout ships can go as far as 6 parsecs away from your nearest colony. Okay, another livable planet, but it's also mineral poor, which is lame. The Klakens are near me. Alright, found another. Let's see. Now, what I'm going to want to do, I know you want your industry up, but you also are going to want to build a new colony as quickly as possible. I want to take that place. So I'm going to see it would take me 8 years to build a ship, but you know it's dependent on production. So I'm going to stay on industry. Now I check again, it's still going to take 8 years. And I already found a planet they own. So I don't know if they know it, but we're in a race for this place. I don't like being that close to them already, because they can swallow up all the planets near you and you can't expand and then you're screwed. Alright, at about 7 years for the colony ship is when I usually start building another one, because you have to get like 4 more turns of industry to move it to 6. So we're just going to do that. If they have unarmed ships, they always run away, even if your ships are unarmed. Let's see. So I'm just checking to see if I can just trying to scout out everything nearby. You can see on my map now, environment-wise, you can tell the type of environments they have, and you can also see which ones are mineral rich and which ones are mineral poor. Right now the environment tab is the important one because it shows which planets we can colonize. Right, another livable place. And this place I haven't been looking at all. It's just getting industry. So again, you can check here. I have 105 factories in Seoul, 36. This place can hold 220 factories. This place can hold 200. And I've already met the Klakens. That means it doesn't mean they got any closer than they already were. What it means is they researched some scanner technology in the computer system so they could see farther. So the reason we chose the humans is everybody likes the humans. You can see that they're relaxed. If somebody's relaxed with you, they'll make a non-aggression pact with you. So I'm going to immediately form the non-aggression pact, and I'm also going to make a trade pact. If you make a trade pact, that makes your relations continue to go up. And obviously, the more people like you, the less likely they are to make war on you. And if people make war on us early on in the game, we are screwed. Because again, they have huge advantages over us right now. Alright, so I'm going to take that place, and I actually don't see anywhere else that will be close enough right now for me to take. And so I'm going to go back to industry here. Once we've maxed out the industry, we're going to start getting technology. But we might actually be kind of screwed this game, because if I end up only starting with 3 planets, I'll never be able to catch up to these people. Ooh, artifacts. Oh, somebody else discovered it already. So artifacts means that the technology you research there, you get double what you normally would, so it's huge to have an artifact place. And if you're the first person to discover an artifact planet, you get a free technology. But I guess somebody else made it there first. Alright, so we got a new planet. They were on the way. Let's see. So this time I'm going to send 20 million. I want it to have a decent start here. Now it's saying max on the industry, and that's confusing sometimes, because max usually means it's going to reach the highest number of factories you can have, but it's basing that number on my population right now. So I've got more factories than my current population can handle, but I don't have more than the max population can handle, so I'm going to keep making them. Okay, looks like I found a Meklar colony. So I've almost finished my little circle of discovery around my starting area. Those jerks. A little quirk about the AI in this game. For some reason, they don't seem to consider sending transports to take over your planet as an act of war. If they do it. If you do it, it is. But if they do it, they seem to think everything's fine. Yeah, we sent 20 million people to destroy your colony and take it over. What's the problem? So it's super obnoxious, but there's really nothing about it. Alright, so we met the Meklar. So again, first thing, you're going to want an audience, non-aggression pact, trade agreement. You need them to like you, so they don't kill you. Anyway, I think that's about as far as I can explore with my scouts. At least until I increase my technology. I can reach this one now, just because I took that place. Koldan is within range, but they're going to have a million bases on it now, so I'm not going to be able to explore it. So he'll just sit tight. Alright, I've got all my factories, so I'm going to get tech. So the most important thing tech-wise for me right now, you decide how much of your research goes into which type of technology. I need my ships to be able to go farther so I can take more colonies. So I'm going to put everything into propulsion right now. Let's see, I've got almost 50 million colonists on Cygni, so that should be able to handle these jerk Klakens. Alright. So you don't get to choose every technology that exists in the game. It's a little quirk of the game as well, that sometimes technologies just don't show up. So there is range 4. I don't get to research that one, so I'm researching range 5. And here come the Klakens. They have the exact same technology, so I beat them and everything's fine. And you see that they're still perfectly fine with our relations, which again makes no sense. Oh, they're sending more. They're not done. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to want to do soon is build some missile bases to defend my colonies. That's very important, but again, I want my technology going up, and the other planets need their factories up. So again, there's not much going on at the beginning of the game, but you need to know what you're doing. Main things again, factories, and then technology. You want to expand to the planets you can reach. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to reach any. Once my technology's done, I can snag both of these. In fact, I'm going to send this guy up here so he can start exploring up here once I take those. I'll also be able to reach this one. So there are 3 planets that I'm going for as soon as that technology finishes. This one down here, it's mineral poor and it's in the middle of other guys. I'm just not going to bother. I'm not going to expand any further down. At least not right now. Let's see, my propulsion tech is almost done. Really? They're not done? Well, they're just sending 11, so it's no big deal. Okay, so now I'm going colony ships again. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit of tech in there. So now I'm going to focus on computer tech, construction tech, weapon tech. We'll grab a little of those too. The computer tech, what you want the most, you see it says here robot controls 2 per colonist. So you want to increase that. So if you can get improved robotic controls, that's the best way to increase your production. For planetology, it's nice to increase the terraform so you can have more people per planet. More people per planet means more factories per planet, means more production per planet. And then construction, it helps your combat in a lot of different ways, and it also reduces the waste of the factories so you can put less into the ecology. So, and it also, you can research making factories cheaper. And weapons, of course, is so people can't kill you as easy. So it's always to try and survive early on here. So better missiles, the Hyper-V rockets, that's fantastic, because that'll make your missile bases stronger. And you need stronger missile bases. These are getting on my nerves. They need to stop doing that. Alright. Well, I can go as far as 8 parsecs on my discoveries with my scouts. Alright, so the deep space scanner lets me see enemy ships that are 5 parsecs away. Improved industrial tech 9 makes the factories cost 9 instead of 10, so I get my factories all built faster. We're sending 20 this time. Again, I've got enough to handle them. Usually I don't have this early on somebody constantly trying to take over my planet. Let's see. You can see how many years have been in if you hit the status in the races screen. Show you start in 2300, it's 2342. So we've done 42 turns. And you'll see here how you match up compared to everybody else. So my population's fine, planets are not great, and of course I don't have any fleet whatsoever. My tech sucks, my production's okay. Alright, so Raiden finished its factories, it can start getting us tech. I'm sending my colony ship out. Take that place, we'll do one to take this place next, and then this place third. I really wish they'd go away. They just keep doing it. You know, they're screwing themselves because they're weakening their own planets a lot more than they're weakening mine. Our empire has 8 star systems. The Bulrathi took this place I was going to take. Jeez, they spread way over here. Alright, so new plan. I'm going to take this one next. This place only has 75 factories. Yeah, that's that one I said I wouldn't be able to get to in time. So again, early on, keep your head down. If anyone declares war, I can kill you pretty easily. Oh, another artifact place. I don't think I've ever seen 2 artifact places next to each other before. That's pretty crazy. Well, I can explore that one. Way the crap over there. Okay. So I want to see if I want to build another colony ship. And as of right now, there's nowhere else I can build. So I'm going to go ahead and put some missile bases to hold this place for now, while I wait to see if I can expand more. Stupid Klakens. This pops up every now and then. You can just, it used to be kind of a safety measure to make sure you actually bought the game and didn't pirate it, and the answers to the name of the ship were in the manual. Now you can just click anything and it goes past it, so you're fine. Okay, so we're going to send, well, not 50 million. Send 25 million. So again, early game, trying to expand a bit, defend yourself, get your production, your factories up so that you can start teching a little bit. Ooh, another nice planet over there. We're going to go back to building ships. If I can expand enough up here, we might be in good shape. Alright. Sometimes I do the lowest one just to get one and see if something I want is up here, but I don't think that'll work. So we'll just put the highest one. This reduced industrial waste is going to make the factories not so crappy. Sacra fleet. I'm meeting everybody. Alright. I'm gonna send from this place. So 25 million. That's another one I can colonize. It's not bad at all. Wait a second. I did that one already. So we'll check these out. New colony ship. I think that's the one I wanted. Yeah, we'll do that one next. Whoa! Klakens have a whole bunch of fleets running around. 50! They're not messing around this time. Jeez. Well, Hopefully we can take them. Maybe I could build a... So it would take 2 years. What you can do to speed things up, sometimes you have a planetary reserve of money, or production basically. You can transfer that to the planet. You can do double its production every turn. Since I only had 59, it probably won't make a big difference, but... Okay, I've got the better missiles too, so I'll probably shoot down a few of those. Ooh, another nice one. Yeah, if I can take all these planets up here, we will be sitting pretty. Alright, I shot 6 of them down. Alright, take that one. And it could be they stopped just because I built the missile base. I would have liked to have done it earlier, but it's actually really difficult to do that because missile bases are relatively expensive, so you need decent production. That's why it's a lot harder to regular expand later in the game. By the time you can build defenses up, people have already murdered you. Okay. Check this one. It was actually good the Klakens kept attacking me like that because they were trying to take that place so much they didn't expand up. So I've been free to just take all of these places. Once you have a decent number of... Oh, by the way, you're also going to want to occasionally increase your trade agreements. The trade agreements benefit you because they eventually add to the production of your colonies. But you actually start in the negative, though. And so trade agreements, if you're going to make them, you want to actually be at peace for a while, because eventually it gets up to that full amount, and that's divided equally among your colonies as extra production. But it also greatly increases the relations here. We started at relaxed, we're up at affable, amiable, so that's why you want to do that. Alright. I'm going to have to send... I can't send him all the way up here yet, so I'm sending him here. By the time he gets here, this one will have made a colony, and I can then send him the rest of the way up. And that looks like the last one I can reach right now. So I'm going to go back to building some missile bases. And once this place has 5 missile bases, I'm going to switch it up. So you see my trade right now, it says I've only got 62, even though I've got trade agreements for 600. But that will go up to eventually reach 600. And you'll see again, I have not built a single ship yet, except for colony ships. It's just the ships you can make now are super low tech, and they're just... there's just more important things to be doing. The computer somehow is allowed to make thousands of ships. They're just popping them out all over the place. But you have to maintain ships too. So you see here, this is my total production of 260. But I'm actually only getting 253 due to maintenance of missile bases and ships. Alright, so this place now has 5 missile bases. That should be enough of a deterrent for now. I'm going to switch back to my industry. That's another place I could go to. Cygni's got all of its factories. Good. So I'm going to let Cygni do the tech. You never want to have no tech going once you start it, because the tech you've gained will actually decay over time. So I'm going to leave Cygni getting me the tech, and I'm going to have Raiden get missile bases. Once Sol has 5, I'm going to make some more colony ships. Alright, and I'm going to have Talus send... Did I ever send? I didn't. I didn't send any extra colonists to Helos. That was an oversight. See, when you have a higher population, it reproduces faster, so your population goes up faster, they build factories faster. You want to send the extra guys there, or it will take forever to improve your colonies. Alright, I'm about done exploring here. I can send another colony ship here. I'm about to send one up here. And then I'll probably be about done with my expanding, and it'll be time to strengthen all the colonies and increase my tech. And again, you want to fly under the radar for a while. Alright, so improve terraforming and asks automatically if you want to increase the ecology ratios to get the improved terraforming. I'm not going to now since I have everybody doing what I want them to, but most of the time, later on when, say, you've got every colony up all the way, you get new terraforming, yeah, I'll hit the 75%, and so all of my colonies, without me having to individually click them, will go up, and then they'll automatically get the factories they want, and then it'll go back to technology. So I'm going to skip the barren environment and get terraforming 20. I'm not sure that I want that place. I think I've pretty much explored everywhere I can go. So yeah, I'll take that one and that one. Maybe I'll take that one. Anyway, let's see. Good. So we're through reduced industrial waste. Ask if you want to reduce the ecology to the minimum. Yes, I want to do that. So you can see there's extra here in the technology category because I've reduced the ecology ratios slightly. And so every little bit helps there. Alright, this ship made it here, and now it can go up there. Not sure what everybody else is doing. You can check the status again. Apparently I have, I guess it's counting my colony ships as some fleet strength. My tech sucks, production sucks, population's okay, planets are okay. Alright, so I've got all my missile bases I want right now. I'm going to pop him on ecology. How long ago did I make that ship? It's just been sitting there. It's hard to pay attention to all the little pieces you have going. So I'm gonna take that one, and I guess I'll take that one since I'm already almost done building its colony ship. Okay. So I terraformed Raiden from 110 up to 120, so now it's going to get industry again, because there's a new maximum number of factories I can have. And I can't reach that one yet, so I'll send him here as well, and then just move him on. And it looks like the Klakens are finally expanding again. And again, I've got people, oh my gosh, did I send them to the wrong place? Well, I sent one to the right place. I sent the other one here, but I'll just, plan's still the same. Alright, so no more colony ships. I'm going to go ahead and terraform my capital world. Alright, Raiden's got all its factories, it's got the missile bases I want, so I'm going to leave it getting technology. And so Signy, I'm going to go ahead and boost it. Going to have Talus send some people up there. Oh good, so nuclear engines, I can now make my ships go 2 parsecs per turn instead of 1. So they're going to get everywhere twice as fast. Alright, so my capital world, that planetary reserve I was talking about is right here. So the extra money that was spent making factories goes into the planetary reserve, so I can send it where I want later. Signy's got all its colonists. So Sol and Raiden are now just getting tech. And Signy's about to be doing that too. And you can go for a quick look, see which places have missile bases. Let's see. Okay, so I guess you could say my starting 3, they're all maxed out, production-wise, population-wise. They've got defenses set up, so again, we're getting technology. Somebody's sending a ship up to my new colonies, and I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and terraform this place. Alright, and then I'm just going to send it back to factories. So now it's kind of a race. Can I boost these colonies up before someone decides to take them from me? Now it's hard for them to get over here because of how far it is. But again, the game kind of cheats and lets them do what they want. Looks like the Klaken ships have probably sublight engines now. You can check, you can do a report on them and see, okay, they're allied with the Mechlars. They're not at war with anybody. They're allied with the Mechlars. Oh boy. That's actually bad news for me. Okay, so it looks like, okay, Talus finished its factories, so it's going to get missile bases. Looks like both of these guys are flying here. I'm not seeing improved robotic controls. That is discouraging. I need that. It's probably the single most important technology in the game. Okay. So my new colony ship made it there, and now it can reach here because I colonized here. And this will be the last place I expand to for a long time. The galaxy's pretty much settled at this point. So I'm going to work on defending what I've got. Ooh, scatter pack. Again, I really like getting missile techs because it allows my missile bases to protect me, because at the beginning of the game I just don't have a good fleet. Let's have Crypto send some guys over here. So I actually have no use anymore for my scouts, so I'm going to scrap them. And that scraps not just the scouts, but the entire design for the scout. So I'd have to actually redesign those ships. For designing ships, you come in, I always clear, start fresh, but you can choose, again, I don't have much in the way of tech right now, but nuclear engines. The extra maneuver means that they move faster in the combat screen, which we haven't seen much of. Better attack computers, but I can't put any of my weapons in the ship. So anyway, we're not going to design any new ships yet. Alright, Talus now has its 5 missile bases. Unless I can research a solution. Well, isn't that great? So I have to put them to research, and I'm going to transfer everything I have to help them get it faster. If that place explodes, it will go from a Terran high population place to a radiated place that can support like 10 million people. I don't want that to happen. My tech going. Construction tech's almost done, and that'll be good. The Duralloy armor will make my ground troops stronger, and it makes my ships stronger. I'm going to reduce the waste of the factories. Alliance with the Bulrathi, I can do that. You can see my trade has now gone up to 408, and again, that's being split between all 10 of my planets. Guys are all doing their thing. So you see, oh, I had it backwards before. This is the amount that I'm doing, and this is the actual amount that I'm gaining. So I'm gaining more production than I'm actually producing because of the trade. To find a solution. I'm not going to make it. So one thing I can do, if I try and make factories, it puts them in the reserve. And so all of my production that turn went to the reserve. And I can transfer that to Helos. And just maybe they can get there in time. Omicron's got all of its factories, so we're going to terraform it. Meanwhile, over here, everybody's doing their thing. So each turn, I'm going to transfer to Helos the entire reserve. I really don't want this planet to blow up. 2 years remaining, 224 research. And I'm going to get exactly 224 research. Okay, saved it. And so Sol is going to go back to normal. Draconis has some waste. It'll fix it. Okay, I've got my better missiles. So again, sometimes I like to do a once over. So again, on impossible difficulty, you're just minding your own business. Make them like you. Let's see if I can make an alliance with the Clackens now. Good. So again, they're less likely to try and kill you. So they both like me a lot. They like me fine. You cannot handle a war early on impossible. You can't win. You just can't. Alright. And I always go factories, terraforming, max out your factories and your population, build missile bases. Once you've got as many missile bases as you want, get technology. It is still pointless at this point in time to build a fleet. Where are they going? Once you get better scanners, the improved space scanner, you can see where ships are going. You don't have to guess anymore. Again, I'm allied with both the Bullrathi and the Clackens, so should be fine. Alright, I'm going to reduce the propulsion tech right now. And I'm going to put a little more into force fields and planetology. Because now I've got decent engines. They move me at 3 parsecs per turn. And the distance doesn't matter right now so much. Anywhere I want to go right now, I can reach it. Alright, Draconis has its factories. We're going to terraform it. Omicron's building its bases. Still no. Alright, Helos has all its factories. There's no plus, so it's terraformed as high as it can go. We're going to build missile bases. Alright, Draconis has all its factories. Let's make missile bases. Crypto's got all its factories. Let's make missile bases. And again, I want them at 5, so I'm going to go tech. So everyone except these two are pretty much done. Escalon has all of its factories, so we're going to terraform it. Improve terraforming 20. This time I'm going to go ahead and say 75%. Grab the Inferno environment. Alright, they've got 5 missile bases. I'll just leave everybody else alone. So this way I don't have to go to each individual planet to get their terraforming done. And you'll see the colonists finish, it automatically puts what was here up into industry. The one place I guess I don't really want doing that right now is this place, because their production is so low. It's just kind of a waste of time. Okay. Factories are done. Colonists are done. Colonists are done. You see again, everybody's getting their industry. Factory's done. Factory's done. So now I'm getting even more tech than I was before, because overall, I mean, it's a small change per planet, but when you've got 10 planets, it's a pretty big boost. Alright, well they've got their terraforming done, it's just grabbing population. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to making factories for them. And then this place, again, doing its thing. Alright, Omicron's got its factories. Draconis has all the missile bases I want it to have. So I'm going to check here and see. Everybody's getting their bases done. Crypto's still building its mineral poor, so it's going to take longer than everybody else. Crypto's got its factories, going to get missile bases. So again, we got 10 planets. Our tech is going up nicely. We're friends with everybody. Everyone we've met anyway. Oh, that's huge. Force field tech. Protecting your planets. You need planetary shields. So we're going to get the class 5 planetary shield. That's a big deal. The missile bases are nice, but there's only so much they can do on their own. So a planetary shield, sometimes it makes people just, they'll run away as soon as they attack your planet because they just can't get through your shields. And so I'm going to actually reduce computer and construction a little to boost that force field tech. I want that done as soon as possible. Let's see, who's still getting bases? Nice. Let's reduce that. So I reduced the amount needed in ecology. You see, it's a much smaller percentage now. It used to be like way up here. So the Omega V bomb, that's really good for bombing planets, destroying their missile bases. So if we get in a war, we're not going to be able to kill anybody without that weapon. So that's nice. Alright, so crypto's done. And so in my mind, playing the game, the planets where all of that is taken care of, they're done. They're all just getting technology right now. We're trying to catch up now that our bases are all built okay. You can see technology-wise, we're pretty much tied with the Klakens and the Bulrathi now. The Mekla are way ahead. Production's pretty decent. It'd be nice if we could get that improved robotic controls from the computer section. My population is good. The number of planets I control is good. Fleet strength, it's still, just trust me on this, it's not feasible yet to have a big fleet. Alright, Escalon's done. So the only planet that's still working on getting up there is this place. Now I could expand a little more once my planetology tech is finished, because I'll be able to, I'm getting controlled Inferno environment, and so if you check here in the map with the environments, it won't just give me Inferno, it'll give me the 3 before it. So I'll be able to land and colonize Barren Tundra Dead and Inferno environments. Nice. So we're going to do 75% on the planetary shield. Advanced space scanner is nice. This one, it lets me see 9 parsecs away enemy ships, 3 parsecs away from my ships. It also will let me see where they're going, so that's huge. And great thing with the advanced space scanner is it also will actually explore the planets that are within 9 parsecs. So it completely makes scouts useless. So force field attack I'm actually going to reduce a bit. Put a little more in the computer and maybe a little in planetology. And you see everybody's getting shields now. I'm not going to have FICO do it because it would take them forever. They need their production up. Systems for the mech. That's crazy. Once a certain percentage of the galaxy has been explored, you have this planetary council. Oh crap. I have been nominated, which means I might lose the game right here. If somebody gets 2/3 of the vote, they win. And if you say no way, then everyone else declares war on you forever. But it looks like I actually got 2 of the votes, so that's pretty sweet. 3 of the votes. I just won the game. But you see what I mean about making people like you? I'm still considering this early game. But I just won. Just by making the people like me. So, I guess we'll call this video here. I've never won that fast on a large galaxy on the possible. That's kind of fun. But you can see what I was doing. Trying to carefully expand. Trying to make friends so they don't kill me. Building up my planets to make them defensible, and then getting technology. That's what you have to do on Impossible if you want any chance of winning. Because people declare war on you, you'll be like, well, no one declared war on you. Well, it's because of how I scan them and my places. If you are obviously weak, you've got no missile bases and everything, they'll declare war on you anyway, even if they like you, so they can expand. So, that was a pretty quick win. And so I'll probably make another video later and skip the beginning game and get like the beat of it. But again, thanks for watching. This is how to play Master of Orion on Impossible difficulty.